everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my everyday makeup routine for university. So the first step in my everyday makeup for uni is to do my primer. So I've got this Revolution Star primer here. This is definitely my go-to primer. It's very hydrating and yeah, it just kind of sets your skin up for the rest of your makeup. And then now that my primer is done, the next step is to do my foundation. So for my kind of everyday look or everyday uni look, I always go for just a medium coverage foundation. So I've got this one here from Primark. This is the PS My Perfect Colour matte foundation with a natural medium coverage. I tend to go for a medium coverage for my everyday look. And this one from Primark is actually really good. So it's so inexpensive. I really wish I'd stocked up on this before moving to Australia. I did try to buy some, but every time I went to Primark, they were sold out or they just had the wrong shades. So if anybody's out there and can pick up one of these foundations and wishes to send it to me, then that would be amazing. So there's my foundation done, and hopefully you'll see what I mean about just using that medium coverage foundation to get a nice natural everyday look. So next step of course is concealer, and I have just got this concealer here from Primark. This is their PS My Perfect Colour concealer stick. Again, it's a medium coverage natural finish concealer and it's in the shade Porcelain, which was the same as the foundation I used. So I just pop this in the areas that I normally conceal, so always my under eyes and then everywhere else that I normally conceal. So I will just take the same makeup sponge that I used for my foundation and just get all of that blended in. I really like using these two products together. I feel like they really complement each other. Obviously the foundation and the concealer are the same shades and I just feel like they work really well together for an everyday look. Next up is my powder, and I have got this Revolution Banana Light powder. This has definitely been my go-to powder for the longest time. Just pop that on my under eyes just to set my concealer, and then just all over the rest of my face just to set my foundation. And then my next step is to do my brows. So just for my everyday look, I don't really tend to overly fill them in or really fill them in at all. I'm going to take this So Fine brow pencil from Makeup Obsession, but really just to use the spoolie on it to brush my brows out. And then instead of filling them in with the pencil end, I'm actually going to use this Brow Define mascara from MUA Makeup Academy, because I find that it gives my brows still a really natural looking finish, and for I think any everyday look you just don't want to look too over the top. So I'll just brush these out first of all. This will also help to get out any powder that has found its way into your eyebrow. And I literally just take the brow mascara and just run that through my eyebrows. So you should see it gives them a bit of more definition, but without them being like overly filled in and just looking like less natural. So of course my next step now is to do my bronzer, and because this is just like an everyday look for me, I don't want to do a full contour or spend absolutely ages doing the whole of my face. So I have got this Hoola bronzer from Benefit, and I'm just really going to concentrate on the main areas of my face, so a bit on my forehead and then just on my cheeks as well. Like I said, if you were doing this maybe for like going out look, or you had a bit more time in the morning before, for me, university, then of course you could go for a full contour, but normally in the morning I just don't have the time. So just run a bit of this over my kind of hairline area and then just onto both cheeks. Again, just quite a light dusting of this because I don't want to look too over the top. And my next step now is to do my blush. So of course, with this just being quite a soft, neutral, everyday look for uni for me, I don't want to go for a blush that's too pink or too bright or pigmented, and the perfect one for me is my Dandelion face powder from Benefit, because as you can see, it's just quite a nice soft pink, and it gives like a subtle pinkness to my cheeks without looking like, you know, too dramatic. So just pop that on my cheeks. It's very subtle, which is exactly what I want from this look. I think if I were to do a more kind of going out or glam look, I'd opt for something that was a bit pinker and a bit brighter, just to kind of stand out a bit more, I guess. I tend to give a little brush over the whole of my face with this powder, but really just concentrating it on my cheeks, of course. Now that's all done, I think even though this is just quite a soft look, I do still always like to wear a bit of highlighter. So I've got this Colourpop palette. This is their extra glazed face palette, and I'm going to be using this highlighter here, which is shade Smoke and Whistles. So I think, again, if you were to do this for like a going out look, you would just add a bit more highlighter. For me, I still like to have a little pop of shimmer just on my cheeks and on my nose, but just really a bit less than I would pop on for a going out look. I really love this highlighter from Colourpop. It's very buildable, which is great because you can put as much or as little on as you like, and the shade itself is really pretty. It's got some really nice pink undertones, which for me really complements the face powder that I've used really well. So I do like to use the two together. And then just a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And now on to my favourite bit, which is my eyes. So before I pop down any shadow, I'm just going to go in with this Beauty Bay eye base. This is base 2, so it's a nude eye base, and it's absolutely perfect for this neutral eyeshadow look that I'm going to be doing. So just pop a little bit all over my eye, and then I just tend to blend that in with my finger because I know that my hands are clean. So the palette that I'm using for this look is the Beauty Bay Bright palette, which may confuse you because this is just like an everyday uni look. I don't want to do anything too colourful or over dramatic, so I'm going to be focusing on these very neutral shades at the top here for this look. It's probably one of the things I actually really love about this palette, is that it's so versatile and you can do like this everyday quite neutral look, or you can go for something a bit more colourful if you're feeling brave. So the first shade I'm going in with is shade Bare Necessity, which is this kind of cool toned nude shade, and just is absolutely perfect for the base of this look. So taking quite a big brush so I can get this shade laid down. Pretty much want this all over the lid, all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. Love this shade for a base. It's that perfect amount of like a subtle shade, but still does show up on your eye, which is great. So I've got that first shade, Bare Necessities, all down, and the next shade I'm going in with is this darker brown matte shade. This is Preppy Pecan, and I'm just going to take the same brush and just pop this on the outer part of my eye. And I'm just taking the same brush and I'm going to pop that on the outer part of my eye. This is a really gorgeous shade. It's definitely very buildable as well, so you could do this part as light or as dark as you wanted. I still want to keep it looking quite subtle, so I'm definitely going for the less is more approach for this look. It's really just to differentiate between the kind of inner part of the look and the outer part of the look, but it is a really gorgeous shade. I feel that these shades really complement each other as well, which is just great for an everyday look. And then just lastly on my eyelid, I'm going in with this shimmer here, which is Angel Cake, which is a really lovely, it's almost like a peachy, nudie shimmer. And I'm just taking my finger to apply this shade because I find honestly it's much easier than using a brush, and you still get the real nice kind of vivid pigmentation from the shimmer. So I'm just going to pop that on the inner part of my eye and then bring it sort of a third to halfway across. So there is a little pop of sparkle and shimmer, but it's still a really lovely neutral look and still very wearable, very everyday, not too over the top for university for me. And then lastly for the under eye, I'm just taking this much smaller brush this time. I'm going to start with putting a little bit of Preppy Pecan just on the outer part of my under eye, just to keep it slightly darker like I've got it on the top lid. And then for the rest of my under eye, I'm going back in with that lighter shade Bare Necessity to finish off the eyeshadow. So there is the overall eyeshadow look. So very subtle, very easy, very everyday, which is just great. So just to finish off the eye look, I'm going to be using this nude eyeliner pencil just in my waterline. This one here is from Primark. And then for my mascara, I've actually opted to use a brown mascara. I've got this Act Natural defining mascara from Colourpop, and I just find that a brown mascara just looks a bit more natural than a black mascara, because of course my eyelashes aren't, you know, jet black, and I think it just keeps the whole eyeshadow look just very cohesive, very together, and just perfect for every day. So this eyeliner is actually super subtle, which I really love, but I don't like leaving my waterline empty because I feel like the eyeshadow just doesn't look fully complete then. I also think it just brightens up my eyes as well, having this in here. And then just on with the mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. It makes my lashes look really, really nice, and I definitely would highly recommend this mascara if you're looking for a new one. And then last but not least, just time to do my lips. So I don't want to leave them bare because I feel like the whole look just looks a bit unfinished, and equally I don't want to, you know, do a really bold lip or anything too dramatic to take away from this just being quite a nice neutral look. So I'm using this Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil. This is in the shade First Date, and the reason I like to wear a lip oil kind of on my everyday look is that it just keeps my lips feeling really hydrated, really soft. The shade itself is just a nice kind of pinky nude, and I think just really complements the whole look really, really well. It's super easy to reapply throughout the day if you need to. And yeah, I think it just finishes off the whole look really, really beautifully. So there is the whole look completed, and I think just definitely a really perfect look just for everyday wear. For me, this is my go-to makeup look for uni because I don't want to go with no makeup on, but equally I don't have loads of time in the morning and I don't want to be spending ages on a really intricate look, and also I don't want to be wearing like too much makeup and just looking like I've just made too much effort for uni, if that makes sense. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and yeah, let me know if you've got any particular everyday favourites or products that you go to, or a particular everyday look, because I'd really love to know. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give the video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.